Hey there, YouTubers. I am in Chino Hills, on my way to Yoshimura R&D in Chino Hills. Gonna go see my friend Eric, who works there in the CAD department. And I'll be doing a little interview with Eric, informal, just for the YouTube channel. Beautiful Chino Hills. Looks really nice. It's very suburban right here, kind of like Orange County a little bit. I wanted to address the Jimmy Kimmel thing. Of course, I didn't make it on the air. You guys know that by now. The interview was fun, but Mr. Corey Chewbacca did not use my clip, or someone didn't use my clip. I don't think it was him per se. So there you have it. I wrote to Corey Chewbacca via email trying to get that clip. And he didn't really acknowledge my request, but I didn't, you know, it's their property. I didn't think I could actually get it. It was a long shot. I tried, it didn't work. Move on. Okay, 12th Street. Where are you, 12th Street? So I've been to Yoshimura R&D once before, and Eric took me on a tour since it was my first time there. I was buying an Undertale. And they make an amazing Undertale. Amazing. Like, one of the best I've seen. If you want an Undertale for a Jix, check out Yoshimura. They also make amazing exhausts, which is how most people know them. And I have an R55 exhaust. It sounds great. You can't really hear it through the camera like I hear it, because it's missing a lot of bass. It does sound amazing, the R55. And then there's the new R77 exhaust. So Eric, who I'm going to be talking to, does the CAD, the computer assisted design work. And he designs a lot of this stuff and oversees some of the processes. Nice guy. I've known him on the SoCalSVWriter.org forum, which was a different name when it started, but I've known him on there for years and years now. Like, I've known a lot of the people. A lot of us, when we got into SV bikes from Suzuki, we all met on SV Rider. One of the guys started a local chapter in SoCal, which was SoCal SV Riders, and I was member number 19, and I'm a mod there now, and you know, all that good stuff. It's kind of a defunct board now because the bike is no longer made, but a lot of us still hang out there, and you know, some of us have known each other for like 10 years now. It's crazy. So anyway, Eric is from that board, and we're going to meet him, and it should be fun. I'm turning into 12th Street. Now I want Daniels. Daniels Street. Hello. Now I recognize it. Let's see if I can find where Eric parked. There it is. Hey there. I'm here to see Eric. Eric? Yeah. He's expecting me. Yeah. Thank you. We are with Eric Steen of Yoshimura R&D. And you, sir, are in the CAD department, is that right?
Yeah.
I'll let you describe your title, sorry.
Yeah.
You sweep the floors? No.
A little bit of everything. It's always hard to come up with a title for what you do, but
that's true.
Yeah, engineer.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I call myself a pixel pusher, and we have all kinds. But now it's vector as well, 3D. So, so can you describe what you do just a bit?
Well, in this department, there's 3 buildings, and you visited production just a little while ago. And in this department, this building, we do all the research and development. So, coming up with the concepts for new exhaust system, hard parts, and then designing them, testing them, building the prototypes, all of that type of...
Very cool.
It sounds exciting, but when you're doing it day to day, it does... all the less beautiful things happen back here.
Yeah, that's cool, though. And I remember we took the tour last time, and I won't tell anyone about the top secret stuff that I saw. Area 52.
I told you enough.
Yes, thank you for that. The check did clear the second time, so I appreciate it. We're kidding. So that was pretty amazing. Is there anything you want to talk about with new developments? I know you're famous for the exhaust, Yoshimura is. Mm-hmm. I have the R55 on my Jix, which sounds amazing. Yeah. And the undertail is freaking awesome. The fender-eliminator, which I bought last time, really great. Is there anything you want to say or add or talk about public?
I think that the constant improvement is something that I enjoy. I've worked at a few different companies in the past in the industry, and one thing that really I'm proud of now that I've been here for almost 3 years, but also it's always been a part of Yoshimura is the never stagnating, never being settling for what you already have.
Right.
And
I
can tell you that we're continuing to improve. One thing that just got released, it's on the dirt side, but the Honda CRF 450R for 2013 is now a dual pipe system. And that's fairly new for a dirt bike, and that came out,
for sure.
Just a couple months ago.
Dual pipe on same side or both sides?
Both sides. So it's a twin.
Killer.
It's street bikes, it's pretty common to see that. But on dirt bike, the only other one was Honda did that with the 250 back in 2006, and we were pretty popular with the system that we came out with for that.
Right.
And the system that we came up with for this CRF 450R is the first one that we've really gotten to do completely CAD design from design all the way through production. And all the components are made here, so we had full control over the design through production, tooling, everything, including, I showed you last time, the carbon fiber department.
Yeah,
so
that's amazing that you guys do that in-house.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And so you have a lot more control start to finish without having a far-flung factory somewhere where you can't really manage the process so well, especially if there's revisions to be made.
Exactly.
I know you mentioned that. Can you say the programs that you use and stuff?
Yeah, our main CAD software is SolidWorks. We do everything with SolidWorks.
But you don't use Bryce 3D and Poser?
No. No, SolidWorks is our main go-to for all that.
That makes sense.
But having it in-house is so great, having the carbon in-house, because you can make a change and you don't have to wait weeks for your supplier to give you an update. And
good point. Do you guys use 3D printers or fast prototyping?
Yes, we do. We have a Dimension SST 1200, I believe. It just uses ABS plastic, and it builds the part 10 thousandths layer at a time.
It's amazing.
As you go through.
It's crazy to print 3D objects. Mm-hmm. It's like, welcome to the future.
Yeah.
Where's Spock? Yeah. The funny thing is, I ordered a GoPro mount, which was 3D printed. Mm-hmm. But it's nice because you can change the radii on the plate or whatever to match to your helmet or whatever the application is. You can have a direct mount instead of having the base plate. You can just print out a direct mount. A lot of people are using them for windsurfing boards and various applications which GoPro hasn't covered yet. That is pretty awesome to be able to have that, and then you can test fit it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
How cool! Now, can you print my level 46 gnome?
Would be absolutely. Yeah, it can be done. All I need is a 3D model that we can convert to one of the formats, and
that's amazing.
You could sand it down, you could paint it, and it'll look pretty good. In fact, some of the parts that come out of that machine, the machine is not the newest technology that's on the market, but the pricing has come down, and it's to the point where we can use it for just about anything. It used to be that it was more expensive, and you'd still not want to use some of the material for some projects. It might not be worth it. But now it's to the point that just about anything we make is worth making a model to hold in your hand.
Yeah.
So then you get like when we were working on that CRF 450R project, and we have a complete new muffler design called the RS9.
Right.
And we're working on styling for the end cap or the shape of the profile of the muffler. And you can just make a model of it and show it to different people, anybody in the company.
That's cool.
And you start getting feedback. And as an engineer, you sit there working on something for sometimes 12 hours a day, and you get so focused on it that someone else looks at it and they give you a comment. You're
fresh
going,
eyes. Yeah.
Why didn't I think of that?
As an artist as well, I totally get that, because you get so immersed in it, and there's this thing with art and the self-correcting nature of becoming a better artist, where if you justify something long enough, you'll stop seeing the mistakes.
Yeah.
And in 3D, it maybe is a bit more clear when you go to test fit something, but then there's styling and all that stuff. And having fresh eyes is invaluable, especially when you can hold it in your hands.
Yeah.
And that's awesome, especially when you're seeing how they react to something for the first time. And if you want to get into texture and cosmetic things, that's vital to have in 3D as a prototype. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add before I terminate my awesome interview that's going straight to CBS? Just straight to my 86 subscriber blog.
We do have some new things coming up. The fender-eliminator kits have been very good for us, and we're trying to improve them. You've benefited from that. We're trying to make sure it's everything that the customer expects when they buy one.
Yeah.
And we're aware of some of the not necessarily legal implications, but issues with obviously with our type of product, there's a lot of issues where everything is supposed to be for track use only.
Right.
And we're we're cognizant of where we can, trying to improve the part to where maybe you won't have to say that you can officially say it is street legal.
That's a good point.
Isn't yet.
You guys must wrestle with that.
Because
you never want to have to put track use only if you don't have to, right? Because obviously you want a wider audience and
well, that's evident in as another plug. We are the only exhaust manufacturer in the country that actually sells 100% EPA legal exhaust systems. It's coming along the pipeline because the regulations, the laws are getting more tighter. 2013, it'll be illegal in California to change the exhaust system on a motorcycle. It is officially now EPA. You can't make a change.
Right.
But in 2013 in California, if your exhaust system doesn't have an EPA stamp on it, then it's illegal. That's just cut and dry for everything.
That's annoying. But the tip you're saying is still legal in 2013?
Well,
just the tip?
Well, the not unless it has the EPA stamp.
Oh, I see. So no matter what, anything. Wow.
And we're the only company that has. We're trying to see how we can incorporate that. Okay, yes, it's a pain in the butt to have to do that, but can we still have an exhaust that is giving you extra power, is giving you the design, the bling, is giving you the sound, but is also EPA legal.
Right.
And we're the only one doing that, and so it's
good.
It's helping us out a lot in the eyes of the authorities because we're trying to move forward with the regulations while still giving the customer what they want.
That's a good point, because if cops see Yoshimura and they've already gotten wise to the idea that it's EPA legal when you actually get there with when it's relevant with 2013 and all that stuff, they'll stop hassling people with Yoshimura bikes.
Yeah, that could very well be that the reputation that Yoshimura, it's only going to take a couple of times for someone to stop, get stopped like that, and then they see, oh, it's EPA legal. It's got the stamp right on it. It's got, complies with all the regulations. Well, then the next time they see a Yoshimura system, it starts to, sink into their mind that, okay.
That's amazing, because then, the consumer will be like, well, if I buy Yoshimura, I'll be good. I don't have to worry about this stuff. Very cool. All right, Mr. Eric Steen, the Ninja 300 just came out, and I love the Ninja 300. I always like the small bikes.
Yep.
You apparently do as well.
I think the styling really looks good.
Yeah.
They did a good job in 08, 09 when they went to the 250R.
Right.
And they revised it, but it was still pretty much the same bike. But this 300 it looks like a small ZX-10. The styling is really good.
Totally cool. It looks like a big bike, and you got the small bike advantages with the big bike look. There's really no downside that I see. And so Yoshimura is hot on the trail of the 300, eh?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's currently in process. We've got exhaust systems and hard parts in design right now.
Awesome.
Literally, it's on the table. That's what I'm working on. So
cool. Let's go ride the 300.
No, sure, we got two of them. Let's go.
Really? Do you really have two of them?
Yeah, we have two of them right now.
That's awesome.
We're working on for different purposes.
I love that white one. It looks awesome.
Yeah,
I'm into white bikes lately.
We have an all black one and a white and black one. So.
Very cool. So what do you have? I mean, standard stuff, exhaust, and exhaust is important on that little parallel twin because it doesn't sound that great stock, but
you need to try and get everything out of it that you can.
Yes, but it sounds great with an exhaust. I noticed.
as far as power is concerned, you're almost more critical with the smaller bike than you are with the, other than a dyno chart on a leader bike, are you really going to notice 1 or 2 horsepower difference when you're talking about 160, 170 horsepower?
Right.
But on a small little bike like that, every little bit helps. So.
That's a good point. Even adding a few horsepower, that's a significant percentage of the bike's overall horsepower. So yeah, if you have a fly helping you with a rocket, you're not going to notice too much. Felix Baumgartner might notice, but I would not notice. Did you see that space jump?
Absolutely.
Holy crikey.
Yeah.
I'm glad he lived. And
that's not something I would have wanted to try.
Did you see that? He dropped like a rock.
And he was going, 800 and something miles an hour?
Mach 1.25. Ridiculous. I thought Mach was 1,000 miles an hour. I guess I was wrong.
No, 7, depending on, I'm going to sound like an engineer here, but depending on air pressure and humidity and all sorts of things. But it's about sea level. It's like 764 miles an hour.
You do sound like an engineer, and I sound like an artist when I talk about math. And you are an artist as well. You're just on the technical side, because I do 3D as well, and but I don't have to like be accurate. I just make an arc, and the guy's like, "Oh, I think his arms look too long," and I'm like, "Zog zog, okay, I'll make them shorter." And then I show it to him again, unchanged. They're like, "Awesome." Just kidding.
That's the difference between. I'm married to an artist, and
oh, nice.
That's the difference. They're a similar vein, but I would go nuts if I didn't have the structure to work in to design around. And that's I look at some of the stuff my wife does as an artist. I'm just like, how do you just free form? And I go, how do you come up with that? To me, I need something. I need a problem to solve. I need an application, something, this is what we need to do, here are the boundaries, go for it, and then you can work with inside.
You need a bike that is missing a Yosh exhaust. You're like, I will make this Yosh exhaust. It will be good. It will be lovely. It will have more horsepower. You will be happier. It will sound better. Won't sound like a broken lawnmower pulling up.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the new bikes do sound like that with the emission controls on them,
That CBR 250 with that single piston, you guys make an exhaust for that?
Absolutely, we do.
I guess I could keep asking. You make an exhaust for this, make an exhaust for that? Of course, yes. It'd be easier to ask you what you don't make an exhaust for. So, what else did I want to say is, that's very cool, and thanks, Eric, for your time.
No problem.
I think we're good. All right, have a good one.
Mm-hmm.